DreAllDay.com.
What's up, everybody? Dre Baldwin with DreAllDay.com. Today we are talking about why things cost what they cost. And the reason I came up with this topic, this is something that I talked about on my podcast probably back in 2016, that with all this free content that we put out here, such as YouTube videos, podcasts, blog posts, whatever, all these other ways that we can put out stuff completely for free and people come to know us, you build a fan base, you got people who like you, they want more from you. Eventually you got to make some money, right? If you're a creator out there, or you've been a consumer and you want to become a creator, or you were a consumer, still are a consumer, and you've become a creator, you may run into this problem that a lot of people get used to getting things for free, and they may kind of balk or step back a little bit when you get to the point that you want to charge money for something that is, of course, of higher quality and higher value. Don't try to sell something that's whack and it ain't worth it. If it's worth it, then you need to understand as a seller why it's worth what it's worth. And everybody, all of us are consumers. We need to understand why and when it makes sense to invest our money into something, even though that same person may have a whole lot of stuff out there for free. And I'm definitely qualified, I'm overqualified to speak on this subject, because I got myself known through putting out more free content than anybody on this planet. There's nobody you can name who's put out more free content than me over the last 15 years. There's not a single person. Now, the points that I want to make here in this video is not for the creators, but for the consumers. And we're all consumers at one point or another, understanding why things cost what they cost. If you've ever looked at something and said, I want it, but damn, why do I got to pay for it? Why does it have to cost this much? Why can't it cost a little bit less? Do you have a discount? Do you have any coupons? You're gonna be running any specials? I get people asking me these questions sometimes, and often is younger people who may not have the financial means yet to get certain things, and sometimes you're just gonna have to go without it. But it's not always the kids, sometimes the adults as well, because it's more of a mindset than it has anything to do with how much money you actually got. So let me give my 3 points here on why things cost what they cost, and why you should accept that and be willing to invest in it, and how it not only does it not just because you should just do it because it's a good thing to do, but I'm gonna tell you why it makes sense for you to invest in things that you invest in. Point number one is that you do not value what you have not invested in. Simple as that. If you have not invested in something, you're not going to value it. You're not going to value what you're learning. You're not going to value what you're doing. You're not going to remember what you're doing. You're not really going to pay as close attention to something when you haven't paid any money for it. When people pay money, they pay attention. That's the bottom line. Like, listen, I understand there are some of you out there who you have people you're a fan of, whether it's me or somebody else, everything they put out for free, whether that's their blog, their email they send, their podcast, their IG, their Twitter, their YouTube videos. You pay attention to every word, you take notes on it, you remember everything they said, you go apply it immediately. There's a small percentage of the population who actually does these things. The majority of human beings, though, or the majority of people, do not pay that type of attention to anything unless they have a reason to. And when you get somebody to part with their money, now they got a reason to pay attention. Now they got a reason to take notes. Now they got a reason to apply every single thing that they hear. That's what gets people to really pay attention and really focus on what they're getting, is when they have invested money into it. That's why you, as a creator, you could create something that's great. It could be, perfect. All the right information, all the right steps, everything people need. You give them all of it. It doesn't cost anything. People are not going to get any value out of it. They're not even going to get many results out of it, as much as they would get out of it if they had paid for it. That's why you charge for things. That's why people charge for stuff, because people, human beings, just don't pay attention till they paid money. They parted with their money because people have an emotional attachment to money. We do not have emotional attachments to information, which leads me to point number two. The topic again here is why things cost what they cost. Point number two here is information is free. All right, knowledge is pretty much free. You had, back in the day, we had to go to the library, or maybe you had a set of encyclopedias at your house. These days, we got the library and encyclopedia online. We got Wikipedia, you got Google, you got all these bloggers, YouTubers, podcasters, people like myself, and everybody else who puts information out there is free. All you got to do is invest time. It takes a little bit of time and energy, and you got to pay attention to learn what you're trying to learn, but it doesn't cost you any money. But the information is all out there. Anything you want to know about, you can pretty much find it on the internet within 30 seconds with a Google search, right? So here's the question. If information was all people needed to be successful, why are so many people still unsuccessful despite the fact that information is everywhere and it's free? Because information is not the key to success. If information was the key to success, everybody in the world would be successful. All right, there would be no unsuccessful people because everybody can get on Google. All right, even if you ain't got a phone, you ain't got to have an internet. You can be homeless Go into somewhere, a hotel lobby or something, and use the computer, and the information's free. Anybody can get information. Everybody's not successful because you need more than information. You need an investment. You got to make some type of investment. An investment that you made of free, there's no investment to get it, you're not going to become successful. That's why we had the 5 forms of investment: time, money, attention, energy, focus. I talk about that in episode 609 of the Work on Your Game podcast, which you can find at dreallday.com/609. But that's a whole different topic. People do not need information to be successful. You need application. You need investment in order to be successful. Point number 3, value is exchanged for value. What do I mean when I say that? That means that if someone's giving you something of value, of higher value than maybe what they normally give you for free, then that means you should expect, they're going to expect, which means you should expect to pay for it if you want it. Now, if you are okay with just taking all the free stuff and you think you can become successful, whatever you define success as, with just using the free stuff, that's cool. But when you gonna get there? If that's the case, I'll just use the free stuff and I'll get to where I need to get with that. Okay, you can't just keep saying that and not get there. And again, it ain't about you proving it to nobody else, but to prove it to yourself. If you think that's all you need, at some point in life, for you to be successful in anything, you will have to make an investment. And all of these investments, not just money, time, attention, focus, energy. You got to focus. You got to put all of those investments in to get successful in anything. If you find anybody who's successful that you consider successful, I guarantee you they have made all 5 investments many times over. And look at what you're successful at. You have made those investments many times over. And anything you have not made these investments in, you will not reach the level of success that you expect to reach until you do. That's why things cost what they cost. Let me recap these 3 points. Number 1, people do not pay attention until or unless most of the time they had paid money, because we have an emotional attachment to money. We have no emotional attachment to information. Number 2, information is free, is available. Anybody can get it anywhere, anytime. It doesn't cost anything, which is why most people don't even apply most of the stuff that they get, the information they can get for free, because they didn't pay for it. So they're not paying attention. And even if they did, if all you needed to be successful was information, everybody would be successful. How many successful people do you know? And point number 3, value is exchanged for value. If somebody puts out something that's worth something, you got to pay for it. And if you don't want to pay for it, then okay, maybe you don't think it's worth it. Maybe you ain't got the money, but whatever, you ain't going to have it. All right. The bottom line in life is that everybody has to eat in some way, shape, or form. Those of you who don't have a job and you think everything should be free because you don't have no money, listen, your parents got money. All right. That's how you got that phone. That's how you got the internet. That's how you got everything that you got. Somebody had to pay for it. Somebody had to work for. And the things that you continue to use, somebody's paying for it. Somebody's working for it. Even YouTube, somebody's paying for it. You're paying for it with your attention. You're paying for it with your information. You're paying for it by letting YouTube/Google know everything you do, everything you care about, everything you're paying attention to. And then when you go around the internet, they're retargeting you with ads that have to do with the subjects of videos that you keep watching. So you're paying one way or another. You might think you're getting it for free. There's nothing in this world that's free. The first rule of economics, ladies and gentlemen, is that there is no such thing as a free lunch. So whenever you think you're getting something for free, you are paying, maybe indirectly, maybe in a way which you don't quite understand, but everything has a cost. The universe is always in balance. So that is why things cost what they cost. Y'all know my name, Dre Baldwin, dreallday.com. My podcast is called Work on Your Game. It comes out every day. If you want more of this, if this is the type of stuff that you're interested in, you need to subscribe to my podcast. It's on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google Play, wherever you can listen, Spotify, wherever you like to listen to podcasts, just type my name in or type in Work on Your Game, type in both. You're going to see my podcast is coming out we got 1,000+ episodes of that podcast. So you need to catch up. That's actually what you need to do rather than doing anything else. You need to catch up. Work on Your Game, dreallday.com. My book, Work on Your Game, using the pro athlete mindset to dominate in business, sports, and life, is available now where all books are sold, physical, digital, and of course the audiobook, 100% done by me. You have learned from these philosophies, the mental game, business, sports, life, anything you do, this is the book for you. Go get it now and work on your game. Dre all day.